Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome. This is Somaliland National Television and you're watching the English News program with me, Mohammed Jibril. Here the stories making local headlines. Minister of Mineral Resources opened a one-day workshop at Hotel Mansour in the capital city of Somaliland, Hargeisa. The Director General of Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources visited several areas. The Director General of Somaliland Ministry of Youth and Sports participated in an event organized by Marodi Jah football team. House of Elders resumed contemplation of jail bill in a session held at the headquarters of the House.
The House of Elders resumed contemplation of jails bill in a session held in the headquarters of the House. The session was chaired by the Speaker, Abdirahman Ghali Cairo, alongside his deputy. This session was resumed with the contemplation of jail bill, which recently received admonition by the Ministry of Justice and the House that has been holding a session to contemplate the bill after being presented by the Ministry. The Secretary of Somaliland, the House of Representatives, Abdirazak Saeed Ayanle, informed the members of the House about the amendments of the implementation for the bill and the different stages it went through to represent the bill and the House of Representatives. The bill is expected to serve the citizens and ensure the change in attitudes and penitentiary systems in jails throughout the Somaliland.
Hussein Abdullahi Duale, Somaliland Minister of Mineral Resources, opened a workshop focusing on the draft of the National Mineral Resource Law at Hotel Ambassador in the capital city of Somaliland, Hargeisa. Somaliland Minister of Mineral Resources opened a one-day workshop at Hotel Mansour. This workshop was focusing on the draft of the National Mineral Resource Law. Officials from both the local and international organizations attended the event to contribute their discussion role on the workshop. This draft was prepared by Norwegian professionals to cooperate with the Somaliland government on the revision and the implementation of this law. Somaliland Minister of Mineral Resources, Engineer Hussein Abdi Duale, who opened this workshop, speaking at the event, elaborated on the importance of this law and requested Somaliland House representatives to approve this operative law. The minister mentioned that the current mineral resource law we're using is from the former government and this government needs to revise it to make it more productive, said by the Minister of Mineral Resources. The Director General of Somaliland Minister of Mineral Resources, Saeed Ahmed Jibril, also urged the attendees to take advantage of this workshop and use the outcomes of this for the enhancement of the mineral resource management. Somaliland Minister of Religion Affairs, Sheikh Khalil Abdullahi Ahmed, also attended the workshop and pointed out that the mineral resources we have in the nation are gifts from Allah and we're supposed to use them the right religious way. Conclusively, Saeed Warsame Ismail, who is the representative of the Somaliland House of Representatives, who participated in the workshop on behalf of the House, brought up the implementation and approval of this law. Mr. Saeed Warsame stated that the House of Representatives will approve this law as soon as the papers are submitted to the House. Officials of the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources paid visit to several coastal areas with the intent of assessing the needs of the assistance by the fishermen in the area.
Director General of the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Mohammed Ilmi Hussein, alongside several officials of the ministry, held a press conference at the ministry headquarters and informed about a visit that these officials paid to several coastal areas across Somaliland. The Director General reiterated the need of helping develop the consumption and utilization of marine resources, and the Ministry's efforts aimed to improve the services that the Ministry provides for the fishermen and residents in the coastal districts. Director General Mohammed Ilmi Hussein stated that their visit to these coastal regions was one of assessment and further understanding the situation in those coastal areas and helping increase the utilization of marine resources.
The Director General of Somaliland Ministry of Youth and Sports, Mohammed Hussein Dabeye, participated in a ceremony held for the businessmen who donated sports equipment to the Marodi Jah football team. The Director General of Somaliland Ministry of Youth and Sports participated in a ceremony held for a businessman who donated sports equipment to the Marodi Jah football team. This ceremony was organized by Marodi Jah football team in cooperation with the Somaliland Ministry of Youth and Sports. Mohammed Sayaf Mohammed, known in public Al-Amiri, donated football materials including jerseys, shoes and equipment to the Marodi Jah national football team during the national football tournament. Mohammed Sayaf Mohammed spoke at the event and showed gratitude to the Marodi Jah team on behalf of their preparation of this event. He also mentioned that he's willing to take the top 3 players of the team so that they can join the existing teams in the UAE to enhance their football career. The captain of the Marojah football team also spoke at the event and appreciated the role of Al-Amiri toward the progress of Somaliland sports. Conclusively, the Director General of Somaliland Ministry of Youth and Sports, Mohammed Hussein Dabaye, concluded the event with a gratitude toward this Somaliland-based businessman on his genuine cooperation with the ministry and the players of Marojah football team. Somaliland Youth Organization Sonyo donated sports equipment to the players of Sahel region. Somaliland Youth Organization Sonyo donated sports equipment to the players of Sahel region. Officials from the ministry and sports representatives, players and other sports figures attended the event. Sonyo is a local organization based in the capital of Somaliland, Hargeisa, that works on the enhancement of youth productivity. The director of Sonyo local organization, Saeed Mohammed Goulet, spoke at the event and stated that Sonyo is an organization that only focuses on the improvement of youth nationwide. He also elaborated on the ongoing progress project imparted by the Sonyo public workers. The coordinator of Somaliland Minister of Youth and Sports of Sahel region, Mohammed Ilmi, also attended the event and thanked Sonyo local organization for the effective role toward the sports progress throughout the nation. The coordinator also mentioned that they will hand over this equipment to the rightful players to encourage them on their career. Other public figures, including the Deputy Governor of Sahel region, also spoke at the event and admired the role of Sonyo on the ongoing youth progress. That's all the news we have for you tonight. Stay tuned to watch an interview we held with the Director General of Somaliland Ministry of Health by Aden Usman. Coming up.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm here with Osman Hussein Warsamed, the Director General of the Ministry of Health for Somaliland, who is here at the Sheffield City Council or the Sheffield Independence Committee's ceremonial supper held here at Ambassador Hotel. Director General Osman, could you please provide us with your views on this decision by Sheffield City Council to recognise Somaliland, and what do you think this means to the Somaliland community at large?
Thank you very much indeed. First and foremost, I would like to air my appreciation and gratitude by the national TV to continuously provide a service which is tailored to the community, and also continuously provide information to the development by the government and also by the people. Equally, non-governmental organizations also contribute to develop Somaliland. If I could go back to your question, we're very much excited by this decision that has been taken by the Sheffield City Council, and I hope that this will be a take it'll be like a domino effect that will go through to right through the cities, different cities in England. But this is a very progressive step towards our national independence. As you know, we have been striving for over 23 years now, but this is a glimmer of hope. It's a window of opportunity. It's a glimmer of hope. It's a window of opportunity for us to see a city council of which consists of 84 councillors who have unprecedentedly have all unanimously agreed to recognize Somaliland. This is itself is historic. It has never happened to have a unanimous decision of this kind. And this obviously means that for Somaliland it will give us the impetus to move forward and to actually reach out to other cities. I'm sure that areas of which I'm hoping to be will follow will include East London, Tower Hamlets Council, I think, where there's a significant Somaliland community. I'm hoping that also Bristol will also soon follow, and as well as Cardiff, which has a very historic Somaliland communities in there, as well as Manchester and other cities. But this means a very, very big stride and big step, and we're very much happy and have a very appreciation to Sheffield City Council and also the community.
In particular, as a member of the diaspora as well, from the East End of London. The East End has a very large Somaliland community, and once had a mayor, I'm sure, of Somaliland origin as well. How soon do you think, as a simple estimate, do you think they will be off? We've heard that Bristol was hoping to take the step, but all because of the fact that the East End community of Somaliland, or the Somaliland community in the East End, has such a large say in things in Tower Hamlets and the surrounding areas. How soon do you think that this step can be taken?
I think it's Sheffield has provided an opportunity and also has shown the way that this can be achieved. So to this end, I think Tower Hamlets, which has a significant number of community, I think also had, as you mentioned, a previous mayor was from Somaliland, and Ahmed Sangore. He was the mayor for 2 years, and it meant that the community saw that the ownership of being included within the community. Hopefully they will take this also, the steps taken by Sheffield City Council and Sheffield community to actually move it forward. Also in my life, I lived in Sheffield for 3 years, so I was a former Sheffield, if you like, resident. But I'm glad that they've done this work, a marvelous, such a brilliant work. I think it's something that some people can take it very lightly, but this is a very, very, really a big job. And a congratulations to all of them, of the committee, and also the community who have put the energies together to ensure that Somaliland is on the table, and hopefully Cardiff also, I'm hoping, will be another major council. But East London, I think, will, and they have already, they have a councillors. So these councillors can act as a catalyst and a precursor to start the movement towards Somaliland recognition, I hope.
That's brilliant. Director General, you're a young guy from East London. You said formerly from Sheffield as well, and a member of the diaspora in comparison, to how you're viewed here in Somaliland. You've obviously made great changes at the Ministry of Health as well. So you're a young guy who's come back to give back to his country. What would be your message to young members of the diaspora? Whether they be in uni, out of uni, or in their early professional or even late professional lives, and what they can give back to their country in order to help it achieve its aim of finally being able to be amongst the international community.
Thank you very much, indeed. That's very, very good question. I think what has sort of encouraged me to come was I initially came here to see and have as a holiday maker, but then I gradually looked to the needs of the community and also the Somaliland people. I realized that there could be something I could contribute. I realized that there are so many avenues and ways I could contribute, and before I became the Director General, I was also involved in of the health. I was involved in the education sector, also the other social sector. So there is for people of this with the right skills of social science and also engineering, there's very much needed here. There are opportunities in which people can get resources from the agencies like the UN agencies who provide good salaries. There's an opportunity for people to be involved in, if they want to be in the politics, they can get involved. But if they also, but more importantly, they can actually be the advisors and the people who can actually give the skills that are needed. In the health sector, we also appealing to people who with the right skills to come to us, to be able to provide us with the right skills and the right guidance for our ministry to develop. So you're right. I mean, I'm hoping there are a number of other Somalilanders who came from diaspora. Young people and also such a senior members of the community. So there are mixed bags, if you like, in here. But we're hoping that also the president is encouraging young people. He's entrusting his ministries and other agencies of young people, and also that youth is on the agenda in Somaliland, and also youth has been given the opportunity, and this is the way forward, because the government understands that clearly you need to have an inclusive government of women, youth, and also other members of the community.
Absolutely, I see that's something that appeals to myself and perhaps a lot of people here in across the country. But you know, the idea I wanted to get across, or what I wanted for you to touch upon, which you just did, is the fact that, you know, Somaliland's population is predominantly youth. The individuals who started school 23 years ago are now graduating from university. So it's going to be an ongoing process where the youth are going to be needed to be more engaged and more included in the development of the country. So in terms of the diaspora, members of the diaspora who were foreign trained, who perhaps have seen more services and products and things that can be of benefit to local people here in Somaliland, you know, what would be your personal message to them in order to tell them, you know, in terms of the type of mentoring that they can provide to perhaps those who were less fortunate to be caught up in perhaps a war-torn situation?
Yes, again, I think the diaspora actually, they constitute a large percentage of the government, and also a large percentage within now the people who are coming back. They're coming back with the right investment, they're coming back with the right skills, and increasingly there are programs and schemes, I think, which we need to also the national TV and other media outlets need to share, so that we encourage a good number of diaspora to come back. There are opportunities. There are opportunities for us, even for those who prefer to live in diaspora. They could come here during the summertime. They could provide a mentorship scheme, or mentorship program for schools and also for the universities. They can take part in the health sector and provide the right, you know, the mentoring and also the opportunities for that. I'm sure that there are a lot of people who would want to come back, but they do not know the channels and how they could be involved. So perhaps I would encourage, you know, as a TV, national TV, to actually document this and to provide the information and the guidance that's needed, and we can all take advantage of this. The senior experts and who are the expatriates who are working in diaspora.
No, thank you very much. Just one last question, which is that obviously, as a member of the diaspora, you came here and you probably faced obstacles. Majority of the diaspora people who came back probably faced issues in their first couple of weeks. You know, what would be your advice? You know, I have my own, but what would be your advice in how to overcome the barriers that are placed in order to finally get to where this country needs to go and where they need to go in their lifetime?
Yes, I think, thank you very much for that question. I think what you do when, for example, such as myself, I came without securing an employment. So I came to the country, I felt that there's something I could do. Then I got involved and tried to find the right channels, the right information, although it's very, very difficult at times. But to have, I was very fortunate to have good friends already who were already here before me. So I contacted them. They provided me opportunities of consultancies. Then before I became, I worked in different ministries. Initially, I started my work with the Ministry of Social Affairs and Labour to do a short assignment, and then that assignment ended. And then I was very kind of like disencouraged to move into private because I didn't have much of a resource. But what I did was then I had a link in the Ministry of Education. I worked in there for one assignment to help them to devise the education strategy. and then I left there after that short assignment to go to work in the Ministry of Planning. And all through there, I've been given information and resources, and also you have to be very active in finding information. And also, you know, again, when I went to the Ministry of Planning, I worked with Dr. Saad, the minister, as advice, and then I went took over a program which was supported by the UN. So, but to actually, there was this period that I also was a volunteer. So I very much encourage people to volunteer, because without the volunteership, then you will never get nowhere. So you have to be prepared to volunteer a couple of months, and to provide your skills with the right agencies, or whatever your skills is, or whatever your interests are. But I volunteered, and that volunteered actually made me in the foot. I put my foot in the door. So that volunteering with the Ministry of Planning, I think I remember, I volunteered for 2 months before I was given any opportunity, or the opportunity has arisen. But usually it's the same for all the other ministries and all the other agencies, the governmental agencies. But for those who want to come back for private purposes, or in the private sector, who have resources, I very much think that there is an opportunity, so much opportunity for people with the right capital. There is so much sort of like commodities they could sell. There's so much services they could provide. So I just, you know, I would encourage people to come and see for themselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Thursday. Thank you.